stood fast and protected the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu was second to none in fighting the Quraysh and protecting the life of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in this battle. Battle of the Trench. As the Quraysh were not satisfied with the results of the Uhud battle, they plotted with the Jews and other tribes of Arabia called the Confederates to fight their last and deadly battle against the Muslims. With an army numbering 10,000 soldiers, they marched to Al-Madinah to loot through the city and put an end to Islam and the Muslims. The Jews, on the other hand, sent secret messages to the Quraysh that they would stand by their side against the Muslims. You and I have a common enemy. I see no reason why we can't work together. Let Muhammad think that we are with him, and when he least expects it, I'll drive my blade into his back. The next move is then yours. The Muslims were not well prepared for this battle. They were well aware that if the Quraysh army were allowed to occupy the town of Al-Madinah, they would destroy the whole message of Islam. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu, and other companions discussed the best way to stop the attack. Finally, a companion named Salman al-Farisi radiyallahu anhu, originally from Persia, proposed to dig a trench around weak points of Al-Madinah to deter the attackers. The last attempt by the Quraysh to kill Islam in its cradle was successfully failed by this military trick which the Quraysh and Arabs had not seen before. The Hudaybiyah peace agreement. After the trench battle, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu, and other companions wished to visit Mecca. 1,400 Muslims, barely armed, marched to Mecca. They were stopped by the Quraysh at a place called Hudaybiyah, close to Mecca. Finally, a peace agreement was held between the Muslims and the Quraysh, stating that the Muslims should go back that year and come back next year for 3 days only. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, supported by Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu, accepted the agreement. The next year, Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu was ordered by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to lead the Muslims on their trip to make pilgrimage. Conquest of Mecca. The Quraysh did not keep its word according to the Hudaybiyah peace agreement. They attacked a tribe that held alliance with the Muslims and killed some of them. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions were now released from the obligations of the agreement. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as promised by Allah, marched to Mecca at the head of an army of 10,000 soldiers. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam announced that the people of Mecca would be safe and secure if they did not challenge the advancing army. Anyone who kept inside his house or resorted to the Kaaba would not be taken as a foe. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu, and the Muslims conquered Mecca peacefully.
O people of Mecca, it's time for you to know your fate. The Prophet informs you that no blood will be spilled this day. Go, O people of Mecca, you are free! Free!
What? Free? We can go?
Is that possible?
Is he kidding?
Oh, I'm free! I'm free!
I agree to ransom myself for 1,000 camels! 1,000 camels!
Would you shut up? You don't have one camel. Besides, he said you're free. You can go.
Hey, just go!
Just like that? Just like that?
Yeah! So what we have is true!
Yes!
It's true! This is the proof! Can you see it in your eyes?
أشهد أن لا
إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله.
We love you, Muhammad!
There, the Prophet ﷺ declared clearly and loudly that all past enemies are free and none should harm them. The farewell pilgrimage. Soon after conquering Mecca, the Prophet ﷺ decided to perform pilgrimage. 100,000 Muslims accompanied the Prophet ﷺ to the blessed land to perform pilgrimage.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu was beside the Prophet ﷺ when he stood at Arafat, announcing that the religion of Islam was now complete and perfect. Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu was so happy to hear these words from the Prophet ﷺ. However, at the same time, he felt very sad, for he knew that the end of the Prophet's life had come close. The Prophet ﷺ falls ill. A short period after performing pilgrimage, the Prophet ﷺ fell ill. Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu was very afraid to lose company with the Prophet ﷺ. During his illness, the Prophet ﷺ came into the mosque, ascended the pulpit and said, Allah offered to his servant the privilege of choosing this world or the hereafter. The servant chose the hereafter to be close to Allah. Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu understood what the Prophet ﷺ's statement implied. He began weeping bitterly. He asked, O Prophet of Allah, our lives and children be sacrificed for you. How would we live after you? During his address, the Prophet ﷺ ordered all doors leading to the mosque to be closed, except the door of Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu. He added, pointing to Abu Bakr, I found no one best among my companions other than Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu. However, my relation with Abu Bakr is that of a close friend, Islamic brotherhood and faith until Allah raises us together. The leader of prayers. During the Prophet's illness, Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu was leading the prayers in the Fajr prayer. The Prophet ﷺ came in the mosque, supported by two of his companions. Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu was leading that prayer. The companion